Lesson 100. In this lesson, we're going to learn more about declensions. I've already mentioned declensions a little bit, but now it's time to talk more about declensions and learn some more specifics about them. So far, you know the endings of one declension, or one set of noun endings, and those endings are represented here in the chart on this page. We've been using these endings for our nouns ever since we started this book. But in Latin, there are a total of 5 different declensions. We have the first declension, the second declension, the third declension, the fourth declension, and the fifth declension. Every declension has the exact same 5 cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. So as far as the 5 cases go, and the singular and plural, that all stays the same from declension to declension. The only thing that's different is the actual endings. So the pattern of endings that you see here, that's called the first declension, and in the next few lessons we're going to start learning about the second declension. So there are lots of Latin words that are in the second declension that you can't use yet because you don't know anything about the second declension. So far in this book, all the nouns that you know are from the first declension. So that limits our vocabulary just to the words that belong to the first declension. So if you learn the second declension, you'll be able to learn lots of new words and make more interesting sentences. Before I bring this lesson to a close, I'd like to mention one last thing. As I have spoken to various groups of homeschooling mothers who are teaching their children Latin, I've noticed that some people are confused about declensions and they think that a word can belong to more than one declension at a time, and that's not the case. Remember that a noun can only belong to one of the 5 declensions. A given noun, for instance, will belong either to the first declension or to the second declension, but a noun will never float around and be in the first declension today and the second declension tomorrow. In this book, we are only going to study the first and second declensions, and then by the time you've learned those 2 declensions, you'll have a good foundation that you can build on in the future as you learn the third, fourth, and fifth declensions.